What is going on, YouTube? So in today's video we are going to be tackling my Morimoto headlights once again. So if you're new to the channel, this is my C6 Corvette Grand Sport. We've done a couple of things to it, from the blacked out badging to the headlights, the LED side markers, the wheels, and I have a set of Morimoto taillights. And if you didn't tune in last video, we just picked up this glass top. You can't really see inside from here that well, but you can kind of tell it's a little dusty from sitting under the tree. But anyways, in today's video we are tackling the headlights again. Like I said, the reason being the lens on both of them failed. I've had them for only like a year and a half, maybe a little bit more, but basically like a year and a half. And you can't really tell right now, but I'll put up a picture if I can't get it to pull up with the camera. But so these, basically the clear coat on them peeled, and they started to craze. And craze is like when it cracks internally from inside of the plastic. And so they're really ugly now. They're all fogged up, and you can't really fix crazing. I'm trying to see if it'll show up, but I'll wipe them down later when I take them off, or before I do, just so you guys can see. But basically what happened is I either got a bad batch of the Morimoto headlights, or this is just kind of the quality they come in. I'm not gonna bash them because I don't know. Could just be a bad batch, or that could just be the quality they come in. But thankfully they do have a warranty, so huge shout out to Cole over at Vet Lights. He is who I purchased the Morimotos from, and he's been nothing but great to me. You know, this isn't anything to do with him, it's not his fault, it's Morimoto's. But he took care of me. He got my warranty in really quickly. So I have a new set of these in the house right now that I'm gonna bring out so that I can put those on. But before we put those on, I did end up getting a set of like PPF for the headlights so I can protect them. I talked to Cole, and he said on top of it, you know, protecting from rock chips and stuff, the PPF also adds an extra added like UV protection layer. So he said normally you wouldn't even have to put PPF on these because the quality is good enough to where, you know, even if you leave the car outside all the time, this shouldn't happen. But I mean, it did happen to me. So he did recommend for me to PPF the new set, just kind of as a preventative measure to avoid it happening to me again. But either way, you know, huge shout out to him again. So now we have to lift up the car and take it all apart again. I'm not gonna do a step-by-step process just because even the first time I did it, I didn't really do a step-by-step. But that one has more information if you need help like putting it on. This video will be more so just, you know, maybe I'll show the PPF process, but not really the install as much, since I already have a video of that on here on the channel. I'll go ahead and link it up somewhere here right now if you guys want to check that out. But let's go ahead and get started. All right, so quick update, y'all. I got this headlight out. I actually am trying it a different way. Originally, the first time when I installed the old Morimotos, I have it right over there. Another video showed them doing the install without removing the whole bumper, and I'm trying to do it that way, see if it's any easier. And so far it is a little bit easier. So basically you loosen the fender a bit, which you have to do anyways even if you take off the bumper. You know, you loosen the bumper, and then there's this there's a nut on the other side of this that loosens this side of the fender. And once you do that, it gives you enough play to kind of wiggle that out. Took me maybe what, 2 minutes or less to wiggle it out of here. If it's as easy to put in as it was to take out, this method is definitely way quicker. It will save you some time. I don't know if I mentioned this in the previous video, but on those, they don't sit flush with this like naturally. Like now, I don't know if you can tell, it sits flush, there's no gaps. But the reason because of that is I had to add washers. I added 3 washers to each side, and then So I just added them on here, added 3, and then put a piece of painter's tape over it just to kind of hold them in place while I, you know, put the nut back on. But yep, this is where we're at. So now I just have to take that one off and loosen the fender a little bit, and hopefully, you know, just throw the other ones on after I throw on the PPF. So I won't show on, I won't show that side once I take it off, since it's basically the same thing. And I'm sure you've noticed the painter's tape all around the car. That again is just to protect the paint. You don't want to scratch it, just because, you know, the bumper does sit up in this position, so you don't want it to rub right against the paint. So I put painter's tape to avoid any damage. But let me go ahead and tackle that side, and then I'll show you guys when I PPF the new headlights. Alright y'all, so here is the little bag that they give you when you order the PPF film. The brand is Lemonex. It comes with everything. It comes with a little knife, with the spray, basically everything you need. It tells you here what you got. I went with the clear just because they're already smoked. Those are the old ones. And then it just comes rolled up. Kind of hard to do with one hand. So that's basically it. Basically what you do is you line this up onto like a corner, and then just, you know, slowly put it on the whole headlight. You can continue to take it on and off until you get like the perfect fitment, or as close to perfect as you can get it. So I'm gonna go ahead and get the new ones, and then go ahead and start laying down the PPF. But I'll try to record as much as I can, but since it is hard to film with one hand, and I want to focus on putting it on right, I might not film as much, but I'll try to, again, as much as I can. But basically what you do is just lay it, let's say like on this corner, and then just try to line it up with the corners, and then lay it all the way through, and then once that's done, it's good to go. Alright y'all, so I actually decided to put these on before I put the PPF on. I don't know if you can tell how nice these are. And then look at this. You might not be able to see it on the camera, but this one, the new one, looks so shiny and clear, and then this one looks all dull. I don't know if you can see, but you can kind of see it here. This one looks dull and that one looks shiny. If you can't tell on the camera, you can tell definitely in person. I don't know if you can tell, but new ones are on. Right now I'm just getting the fenders to line up perfectly. I used the washer method, as I was saying, and see, I got it all lined up perfectly all around. All of this is still loose, so I just need to tighten it. On this side, I just have the fender tightened right now. The headlight is still completely loose, but I wanted the fender to be sitting right. So I'm gonna put the PPF on after. I felt like it was easier to just lay it on here once everything's buttoned up. So I'm gonna just go ahead and get the car all together, and then we'll do the PPF. Alright y'all, so headlights are on like I was showing you. I'm gonna show you guys the kit I got. Here is one for each headlight: squeegee, the blade, water, and the instructions. It's pretty simple. You basically just clean off the headlight first, and then you know, line up everything on the headlight from this corner to this corner. Try to get it as straight as possible. Lay it down, rinse a little bit of the spray of the water over the PPF, and then kind of just, you know, squeegee it out, and, you know, make it flat, and then you'll just trim around the edges of the headlight to have it seal. But that's basically it. I won't be able to film because you need both hands, but I'll show you guys once I have the PPF on, and when I start squeegeeing it, just so you guys can kind of see what you have to do. Alright y'all, so I've finished up this one almost completely. I'm just trimming off the excess tabs on the side, and you can tell it still has moisture and bubbles. Most of the moisture will go away with time, or you could use the heat gun. And the bubbles, I'm just squeegeeing them out, but it also says that you can like poke a hole since the PPF is self-healing. So I've done that on a few of them and it like already healed. So I'm gonna just do that for the rest and then just do the other one. This side came out a little nicer. I got less bubbles and less moisture. There's still a little bit of water in there, but now your boy just got to trim it. Slow it down. It's just a matter of taking your time and being careful to not cut the headlight or like your paint or anything. The instructions do say to check the first 3 days to make sure that it doesn't lift or anything, but it's normal if it does. This side had a little bit more excess, but yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and finish up cutting that one. But this is basically it. That's how they look. I'm hoping that with having the PPF on the car, it will prevent the issue I had on the old set, but I mean, I guess only time will tell. It's supposed to, but again, we will see. But appreciate you guys for tuning in to today's video. I know it wasn't anything crazy. I wasn't expecting to have to do this, but either way, appreciate you guys for tuning in. If you guys are new to the channel and want to see more content on the Corvette or on the Nismo that's back there, go ahead and subscribe, drop a like, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.